I'm just chilling with Adam, yeah, I'm just chilling with Adam, I'm just chilling with Adam, look, that's the host Adam, I'm just chilling with Adam.
I'm just chilling with Adam. I'm just chilling with Adam. Chilling.
With Adam.
You know what was the best moment on stream the other day was when you and me were freestyling with Moses.
Classic moment.
Big hit.
You were sub-dissing him the whole time. You were like talking about he on a bunch of Zans.
I had to because the chat wanted that, and I couldn't deny the people of what they wanted.
Was he? Because it seemed like
He was.
Oh,
He was on a lot of shit.
If he wasn't on Zans, he was on something
Moses,
else.
He was on 5 Zans.
Shout out Moses.
Easy 5.
His stories.
Easy 5.
Easy at least.
Bro, he was wilding out. I like that kid, but he honestly might have an issue with the Zans. Let's be real. I'm just going to state the obvious is that he might need to chill the fuck out with that.
He was calling me Kareem at one point.
Kareem?
Kareem. I'm Hakeem.
Adam, play this. Adam.
Oh my God, I'm just looking at him because I haven't done Zans in like 6 months, and sometimes when I see somebody on them, it kind of triggers me, and it makes me like, damn, that felt good back when I used to do that, and I'm like just looking at him like, oh my God, he's just one walking, talking Zan right now.
He definitely was a big Xanax bar.
Yeah, big Zans.
Big Xan.
No, there's Lil Xan, and then somebody said the other day, they go, Adam, ever since you said that your rap name was Big Cocaine, that's all I can think of. I said, you Lil Xan, I'm Big Coke.
That sounds
Big
like
Coke.
a party pack.
You just said Coke. You finished my sentence with Coke.
Did I really?
Let's talk about, this is a very important and interesting thing, I think, is the comments. A lot of the people in the comments seem to think that we have an issue with bullying Kareem. And
It's Hakeem.
Wow, that's fucked up too. Of all times that I was gonna say your name wrong, no, but I'm thinking about Kareem a lot too because we have a good name.
Yeah, we have a friend, and we talk to him every day in our group chat, and his name's Kareem. So
Liars.
And you were just talking about how somebody called you something instead of Hakeem, so it was kind of on my mind. No, I'll admit that was fucked up, and that actually really
You're a bad friend.
That kind of changes the tone of this whole thing because I want to address the issue of bullying. I want to face these charges heads up. Front line, I don't know. But I just want to talk about it. Do you feel like we bully you?
I don't think you guys bully me at all.
I mean, we kind of bully you, but like that's
everyone.
what we do to our friends.
You guys bully me?
We bully each other.
I mean, we're so mean to each other. A lot of people don't really
They
understand
don't realize
it.
how mean we actually are to each other all the time.
Nah, I feel like you gotta have tough skin around here.
Oh yeah, you do. Because
Nah,
we've
I
had
don't-
friends
It's an honor culture.
that, in our friend group that basically couldn't cut it because we are too mean and vicious. And basically, when one of our friends just shows a weakness of how like upset they really like get over it,
Yeah.
then we just go in like way not like really upset, like something like truly that's like fucked up. But like if we start picking on you and you start getting mad about it, we're just gonna pick on you more.
But we have some friends that I can think of who have, insecurities or things that they clearly like don't want discussed. And it's the kind of thing that we would normally fuck with someone about, but we could tell that it actually hurts their feelings, so we don't, which I think is probably a good development because when I think about maybe like 10 years ago when we were BMX kids, holy fuck.
Well, we kind of do call each
Just
other out.
torture all the time.
You call each other. We just call each other out on it. It doesn't matter. We'll just call each other out.
I actually really like it, and I like when people come here and realize like, oh, Adam is actually like hanging out with people that aren't afraid to talk shit to him.
Yeah, I mean
That means a lot to me because a lot of people, once they get to the point of being like a celebrity or whatever, they just don't have any friends left who will question them. Never mind tease them, give them a hard time.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if you're gonna be around you guys, you gotta have some tough skin.
Yeah, and
Like,
I mean,
we all make fun of each other.
I know I'm mean. I know I like to like pick apart like the little things about somebody's personality and sort of fill them in and just let them know like, hey, you're doing this. That's weird. What's up with that?
Yeah, right.
Like you finishing my sentences. I was really happy to just be like, what's up with that? What's that weird thing that you do that you
Why you
clearly
do that?
don't notice that you're doing?
I mean, I never noticed it honestly until I sat down at this podcast.
Podcast, table. I tried to do it with you. Yo, we need an explanation of who Sauve is for a lot of the people out there who might not understand.
Yeah, who are you?
I'm Suave. Suave like the shampoo, just switch the A and the U, you feel me? I'm a musician / entrepreneur / I dog walk, head ass.
Do you dog?
No, I meant that like by hoes. Like I'm a pimp.
Oh, I thought you were on
You
that
feel me?
app
No,
that
no,
where you
no,
walk people's
no.
dogs.
There's that app. Well, you have some friends who are.
dog walking app. I used to be scared of dogs. So
I have a friend who was telling me we're all friends, who was telling me like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have the dog walking app, but then like I guess you can make a little video edit of the dog walking and then you submit that to the person, and then they base their rating of how you walk their dog on this video that you send them. So he starts telling me, he's like, I'm going to do some amazing edits. I'm just going to make like the sickest videos ever of these dogs to show them. And then I know they're going to make me want to walk their dog again.
This is Reed, right?
Yep. And I'm just thinking like, what the fuck
thing.
are you, like you're talking about putting such an absurd amount of effort into something that is so stupid.
Well, I remember the day he came in the backyard and he had the shirt, and when he first got the job of dog walking, he was like super stoked. I don't smoke, but here, I'll pass it.
I'm good on that too. You can go over to Chris. Yeah.
Let's have fun.
I don't really like getting that high
Have
on
fun
him.
with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna turn this a little bit.
Honestly, I was watching the podcast that we did last week, and I could kind of tell that I was high, and I didn't really like it because I was sort of like having a hard time like following my ideas through. Like I'd start talking about something, and then all of a sudden I'd be like kind of talking about something
I feel like
else.
you didn't smoke until the very end.
I smoked a blunt maybe an hour before we did the podcast,
he
and
smoked
then
at his house.
you were smoking, and I hit the blunt a bunch of times right before we started, and it was okay. But I just feel like I'm a little sharper when I haven't smoked for the
sure.
day.
Yeah.
You know, like I got fucking,
Scotty.
you know.
Biscotti.
Well, and let's talk about that. So there's a big difference between smoking some fucking Maui Wowie and some biscotti, because the biscotti will have you on your fucking ass, sucking your own dick, coming down your own throat, Hakeem licking your asshole.
I mean, I smoked it. That didn't happen to me, but you know.
Yeah, you know,
I just got high.
Yeah, I got high.
But you're
facts.
not as talkative as me in the first place. It's not really your job to like guide the conversation, so there's a little less pressure on you, I think.
Yeah, we're
Facts.
more in the, you know.
Y'all on that
we're
side.
just the
y'all
wicked
on that
stone
side of the
fucking
table,
commentary
so, you know,
kid.
We
Yeah, we just-
understand.
That's how I try to describe it to Suave when I told him, I'm like, yo, this is this Adam22 show thing. You should come through and be the fourth seat. But I was like, you don't really have to talk that much. It's mostly just me ranting.
Facts.
No pressure.
No
and
pressure.
Hakeem finishes his sentences, and he's
And we all make B noises.
Treyway.
Whoa.
Oh,
Gang.
shout out
Treyway.
Treyway.
Shout out Treyway.
Free Treyway. I don't know. Isn't one of them locked up now?
We smoke over here on this side. You feel
Yeah,
me?
you guys are kind of the bad kids, the bad part of town.
Yeah.
I like that the good kids and the bad kids aren't drawn along racial lines.
Look,
Or
one
age
white-
lines. You got one old white guy,
One
You
young
got a
black
black
guy.
guy that doesn't smoke, and then you got a trap
white-
SoundCloud
a Jamaican at that.
A Jamaican that
A
doesn't
Jamaican
smoke.
that
I'm a
doesn't
rare
smoke.
delicacy, my nigga.
rapper. No dreads, no smoke. If you had dreads, you would be smoking dope.
Bro, I cut my dreads. Right after I cut my dreads,
Stop
I
smoking.
no, I didn't even smoke before.
There
that.
was a random Gucci lyric where he says,
was
I
a
got
jock.
so many.
I was a jock.
He goes, I got so many pounds in the apartment that you think I got dreads.
That's a bar.
That's a bar.
That's a bar.
That's a bar.
Big fire.
You would never have thought that you could just have, God damn it. You would never think you could just have enough weed that your
cocaine.
hairstyle would change. All of a sudden, boom, you got dreadlocks. I never even thought about that. I smoke a ton of weed. I never even thought about my hair growing back.
It's kind of like, it's crazy because like whenever I like with girls and shit, like they'd be like, "Yo, let's smoke a blunt," and I'd be like, "Huh."
Do you feel weird when a girl says that?
It's like feels like pressure because I even had some shit happen like last night and like I have weed in my house.
Yeah.
I have a
Why?
little party pack.
You have
For
enough
girls.
pounds that you might have dreads?
Just a little bit. Just a little.
He's
tiny.
Jamaican.
He's my
He's
You
Jamaican.
gotta have weed.
That's why it's
got-
weird that you don't smoke weed or have dreads. Let's just call a spade a spade.
I know it's kind of crazy. Like, and
Also, that's not a racist thing because I recently heard the spade is a racist term.
Whoa.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I didn't know the other day.
Damn.
Call a spade is like, it's got some kind of racist background
Damn.
to that. I never knew.
Oh, well, I get.
Thought it was about a deck of cards.
Ace of spades.
But
And that still doesn't make any sense to me because call a spade, call a diamond. Yeah, no shit. Chris,
Look it up right now. See
fucking
exactly what it
Snopes over here.
she had like, I'm like, yeah, I have weed. You smoke? And she was like, yeah. And she's just rolling up. You gonna hit it? I'm like, I don't smoke. Like, but you can smoke. And she was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I don't smoke. You know this. I only drink. And then she was just like, you really gonna let me smoke alone? And I'm like, you can smoke some of it and put it out. Like, I don't smoke. She was bad. And I said no. Like,
I
was
saw
like,
her. She is bad.
I'm like, no, I can't. I don't smoke.
Yeah, you just
See,
don't
you're
smoke.
good.
Fuck
You're
it.
good. See, my peer pressure is way worse. Like I was at this UCLA frat party, like this weekend, and this girl, she kept shoving drinks down my throat. She's like, "You don't look drunk," and like I was super drunk. Like I just might not look drunk, but I'll be
I
drunk.
thought you were gonna say you don't drink. Okay.
No, I do, and
Oh,
I got
do.
sloshed. Like I'm about to just show you a picture, and then you'll know.
I mean,
I believe you.
Yeah,
you believe it.
So you were wasted and a girl kept trying to get you to drink more?
Yes, and then I was blackout after that.
So what happened? Anything crazy happened?
Oh, super crazy. I like threw up. Like I had a threesome. Let's get that straight.
Oh.
in the
Before or
bathroom.
after the
Oh,
after
like
the
when
puke?
no, before the puke.
Okay.
And then once I puked, it was like I had to go. It was time to go.
You had a threesome in the bathroom?
in the bathroom.
What were they doing? They were sucking your dick?
That's how it started.
Ladies,
I was so drunk,
shout
I
out
was
to
just
y'all.
savage, you know. But usually I wouldn't have done that. But,
No,
you
I would
feel
do
me?
that. That's
No,
official.
I would do that, but I just whipped out my dick like, "What's up?" And they was just
What's
with
up?
it. You feel me?
What's up?
You feel me?
Well, actually, that's weird to think about because my girlfriend did a video with a girl the other day, and the other girl's totally sober. And I realized at a certain point that if I thought that she was partying, I would probably have tried to initiate some kind of three-way type thing.
Right.
But because I know that she's sober, I was just like, nah. Like, it just doesn't seem like, when you think about a threesome, you don't normally think about everybody being sober. Normally, it seems like something that at least you're having a few drinks to do, right?
It's
Facts.
unless you're like a real freaky at yo off rip.
Yeah, if you're really about that freaky sexual life, then you probably don't need some drinks. But I just assume with like the average chick that she probably
Want some drinks.
It's hard, and I bet like sober girls have threesomes. It's just that if a girl can't even have one or two drinks beforehand, it just makes me not even think that it's a possibility.
What's the we need some statistic on that.
Oh, that is true. There's a lot
How
of
many sober
statistics that we don't have
threesomes?
access
How many
to.
sober threesomes actually happen?
Where's my backpack? I need to have
That's a
the
rare.
fucking weed on the table for my weed sponsor. Shout out Bearwoods.
Sketchy,
out
pass the
Hella
Bearwoods.
sketchy in the building.
Shout
if
out
y'all
Hella
didn't know.
Sketchy in the Pikachu hat. He's going to be on in a future episode of Adam22 show. Oh yeah, we got a cat. You don't even smoke weed either. You're just like Hakeem. Go.
A little cocaine.
Well, cocaine is that
Little
cat's
cocaine.
name. Anyway,
Little Tony Ayo.
let's throw some fucking
Facts.
kush on the
Ooh,
table.
I like that one.
Little
Little
Tony
Tony
Ayo.
Ayo.
No, that's who he's named after.
Yes, I know.
Facts.
Oh, okay, good. Because like the thing about him is that like Tony Yayo's name has to some extent been sort of like lost to history, just in the sense that he's not like anywhere near as popular as he was when I named the cat after him, and so that's kind of like a weird thing is that now the name Tony is more associated with the cat than Tony Yayo, or any number of Italian Americans
really-
who would be named Tony.
Hear about Tony Ayo too often anymore.
No, he's kind of out the scene. I would still love to interview Tony Yayo, and actually, I believe that it probably will happen. But it's another thing. All right, when I called it for the first time, the coolest podcast in the world,
Yeah.
it was because DJ Esco was going crazy with Future at the time, and he was always saying, the coolest DJ in the world, Eskimo City. You remember that?
I for sure remember that.
Right. So then, like, everybody got it at the time when I said coolest podcast in the world, that I was, like, kind of making a joke about the coolest DJ in the world thing. But now you don't hear about Esco like that no more. No offense to Esco. God, I hope you didn't hear that. But you don't hear about him as much as you used to. You don't hear that drop, at least.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, it just kind of exists. And like you remember Road Rules, and then there was Road Fools, which was the BMX road trip documentary series, for the record. But then the original Road Rules kind of went away,
And
but we
the-
still had Road Fools.
Yeah, but we were BMX and nobody else. I'm sure Road Rules is probably still a thing, isn't it?
I think they keep, even if it goes away for a few years, they're bringing it back.
right.
I don't know. Fuck MTV. MTV is the worst.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I don't even have cable.
When I think
Netflix
about
game.
it, I went through a thing where I like went to the MTV offices in Times Square and did like a whole interview series. I did interviews out here and everything, all to potentially be the host of this MTV show that came on air, and it was only on air for one season, and then they canceled it.
Wonderland. That was it was dope, but I felt like
I saw one episode. It was probably some of the worst TV I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah, it was
no,
awful.
being there was dope.
Oh, I
Like,
heard a lot about people who went. I was still kind of in my feelings. I was like, fuck that, I ain't going to this shit.
Being there was dope, but niggas don't got TV, man. The people that you're trying to link with
Yeah.
don't have TV. Like they had like SoundCloud rappers and like rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like them niggas don't got TV.
And that's what's crazy about that Wonderland show that was on MTV is that after that didn't work, because that was kind of like an attempt at doing something that was like TRL.
Yeah.
But then after that didn't work, they literally just brought back TRL, and again, that was a gigantic disaster.
Yep.
Definitely, you just gotta let that die.
It's just nobody wants to tune into TV. You know what I thought was the really interesting thing about TRL and like why it didn't work is that, okay, so they're supposed to be doing like the top 10 songs or whatever. Well, a lot of times the top 10 song, number one is like Bodak Yellow. But back in the old days of MTV in like 1998, Cardi B would have been at TRL.
And
Like
performed.
whenever they wanted her there, she would have been there the same way. NSYNC was always there, Backstreet Boys were always there, et cetera, et cetera. But like nowadays, Cardi B's not going to TRL. She doesn't give a fuck. It doesn't mean anything to her. It's not big. It's not a big platform. She doesn't have to go do that. So who they end up getting? They get Smoke Perp. They get Lil Skies. So they
Cardi.
did kind of do what they could do in terms of getting cool people and stuff. But like they just weren't able to get like the people who are actually at the top because those people have no reason to care anymore.
They're trying to do the Late Show. Them big.
And even like, you remember when Cardi did it?
I do remember. It was like the first episode. I think.
It was so funny. He did not give it two shits. He didn't do anything.
It was
which
comedy.
is cool as fuck. That's way cooler than
I
actually
didn't even
killing
like
it.
their hosts to come clean. Like
Who they have there? Tamara Dia.
she used to work at Complex.
Yeah, I appreciate her. I think she's cool.
I thought she kind of was just bland. Like
Well, I mean, bland is almost like a win in that scenario because it's live, so there's so much room to fuck up. I mean, we're live right now too, but the stakes are kind of low.
Yeah,
You know, like I just stuttered and it didn't really seem like it mattered. But like, yo, because John Caramonica from the New York Times did this whole article about TRL and just how fucked it was, and like just was like pointing out all these like incredibly awkward transitions and stuff where like people just weren't talking and stuff. And that shit on TV, well, that'll kill you.
yeah, it didn't seem like. And
I
they had
can't remember it. I don't,
Is
I
that
don't
the
know.
new one?
Yeah,
I
nobody
watched.
I didn't watch it
It
all.
had
I can't-
DC Young Fly on there
Yes,
too.
they had,
He was funny.
the
but,
Dolan
like,
twins from YouTube, the two dudes.
I thought they could have found a better host.
I mean, that's why
Maybe
they
Adam.
got a whole bunch of hosts. Oh God, I would. Knowing what I know now, I'm so fucking thankful that I did not get that MTV job, especially knowing how much money those kind of things pay, and also knowing like what the hours are like.
Yeah, that's
I
just,
would rather put a fucking bullet in my head than do that shit. And it makes me feel weird to think that like for a lot of people that would be like the opportunity of a lifetime, and that
to be on TV and have a TV show and just
Yeah.
realize how much it actually kind of sucks.
Just one season.
It
6
seemed
months.
amazing to me. And I'm glad that I didn't have to actually do it to realize what a bad idea it would have been, because there was a girl that I used to date who basically ended up getting the job of being one of the hosts on the Wonderland thing. And I heard all about it from her. And I was just like, holy fuck, this sounds like the stupidest fucking thing I ever could have done.
I mean, they did a little, because like my first time coming to LA, like when I used to live in San Diego, and I come out here like once a month, and I would come to that every time they had it on a Thursday. It was free. You just had to be in line.
And they would
free
get you drunk as fuck.
Get you drunk.
So that the crowd would be good. They would get everybody wasted, which I always thought was kind of like a cool idea.
it was
Yeah, that's
that was
smart.
cool because like everyone was in there. Like the whole LA scene was in there. That was my first time being exposed to everything. Now
It was downtown too, right?
Yeah,
It was right near the
downtown.
old store.
And Ham booked everything. Ham
They put
had-
Adam from Ham in charge of booking it. Yeah.
So there was a long ass line. It seemed cool, but like that shit was just mad. That ain't no TV shit. If you kind of, you know what I'm saying? It was cool. Niggas went to it because it was something to do.
Do
And
you
there was
feel
tacos?
Okay, we should get this out of the
Taco
way.
Tuesday.
How do you feel about the fact that you missed Rolling Loud? That we all missed Rolling Loud?
I don't care.
I feel totally okay about it.
But I feel like we see all those people all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like, in a sense, like
It's just another opportunity just to do the same thing we always do anyway.
Do
It's like,
everything.
There was some epic shit. X and Ski reunited.
yeah.
But that
Lil
there
Pump
you
was on
go.
stage with J. Cole.
Cole.
True.
Cole.
Cole. But him and Dub dancing the way they were was fucking comedy.
What, Dub was dancing to J. Cole too?
Yeah, it was
I didn't
Dub
even
and-
actually watch the clip.
I
To be
watched the
totally
clip.
honest.
It was Dub and Pump. They was all just dancing and like trying to get rhythm to a song that doesn't have rhythm.
The lean took the rhythm away. Is that the
And they both
accusation
had
they're
double
making?
cups.
They did.
Both was drinking lean,
Usually
watching J.
they do.
Cole.
Yeah. I wonder what actually happened to that, because I mean, okay, maybe I should save it for when I do the J. Cole interview. But
Yeah, you should save it.
there has definitely been some.
Save it.
Yeah, there's the Pump Cole thing. There's a little bit of they were interested in each other, just in terms of like having a conversation and stuff. But I don't know to what extent it actually happened. I just knew that there was some interest in terms of them broing down a little bit. But then that's part of what made me want to go to Rolling Loud, is that I thought that those two were probably going to be in the same room, and I sort of wanted to be there for it. But then at a certain point, it's like, are you going to spend many thousands of dollars to just go to Florida to sort of see some dudes, hang out?
And it rained down there too.
Yeah. Didn't Lil Wayne didn't play?
Lil Wayne didn't come on. Tana's pretty butthurt about it.
I saw that
She's-
Tana was losing her shit about it.
came from Turkey. I'd be pretty pissed too.
She flew from Istanbul to see Lil Wayne perform.
Almost pure place.
Man, and I could sit here and I could say Lil Wayne is one of the greatest rappers of all time, but I wouldn't walk around the fucking block to go see him perform live. I saw him at the fucking porn awards, and it's just,
No.
I mean,
That's my
what are you holding out for? What do you think is going to happen? You think that he's not a 40-year-old man that's just going to kind of come on stage and just sort of rap along to some songs that he wrote like 10 years ago?
I would never pay to see Lil Wayne. Like he's just, I've already seen him when I was a kid. Maybe like Carter 3 Wayne. Yeah. But
I'm like wondering what Tana thinks. She's been to a lot of rap shows. She knows they're not that great.
at all.
Let's be real. Like rap show, that's the whole weird thing about Rolling Loud. When you think about like Woodstock 96, don't you think Kid Rock and fucking DMX and Limp Bizkit, you think they actually slayed that stage? Let's put on the video. Is it DMX? You don't remember this. Woodstock 96.
I remember, but I know.
Bro, that shit was some fucking live music. When I look at the crowd for Rolling Loud, a lot of times it doesn't really look that inspired.
Yeah, you know who was really good live was Skies.
Skies.
I always say every time.
And Pump. Some of the footage of Pump performing live is like, what the fuck is happening?
Though, MGK murdered that. I saw it on Diddy.
People went up from MGK.
I didn't even because he did some rock star shit. He had like a real set, like a professional ass set, not like.
When I think about Rolling Loud, I think think about those kids not giving a fuck about MGK.
Yeah.
Well, every time we hang out with Skies, we see Skies perform, I say it. That Skies like kills it. You can feel the energy. It's crazy.
Skies has like the gene that Travis Scott has, where he's just got the crazy high energy level that just. Crazy. I mean, the average rapper just doesn't put anything into their performance realistically, and Skies and Travis and shit do the opposite.
But you know who was good at fucking Smokers Club was 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz was pretty good.
But he didn't rap over a backing track, right?
Yeah, he rapped everything himself. I'm like, damn, that's good because no fucking rapper does it. Everybody's just fucking lip syncing. Like,
him and Wayne was my first concert ever, and that was crazy too. I didn't know 2 Chainz has hits like constant back.
And you know, I saw Static Selecta like complaining basically about, I think it was him, complaining about how everybody at fucking Rolling Loud, like nobody actually raps and they just rap over their backing tracks. It's always weird when I see somebody who's like deep in the rap world complaining about that. I'm like, this is news to you? Like,
well, they want to see people. They want to see people perform their shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like when I watch 2 Chainz, I'm like, damn, like I don't ever see any rappers perform their shit like this. He's actually out here just singing. You know what I mean?
There are rappers who do it, but it's just so rare.
I mean, that's nice. That's
because some rappers can't make that sound that they make on the track. Auto-tune in real life.
I mean, it's got to be 10.
That's why you get auto-tune, right?
Oh, but it's got to be 10 times harder to actually follow where you're supposed to be saying what. Like I feel if the beat is just repeating over and over. Skies?
2 Chainz? Fucking like 2 Chainz.
Oh, 2 Chainz.
Yeah, he's an old man doing it too.
Least.
So,
yeah,
J. Cole did. I was like,
J. Cole did it too. He didn't have backup.
J. Cole does. No, J. Cole does that.
He only has his ad libs turned on.
Yeah, J. Cole does that for
sure.
sure.
Wow, the ad libs on. That's really interesting because that would help you follow it a lot easier.
Yeah.
J. Cole definitely does that.
I feel like we all just get together now and just talk about J. Cole. Just like, well, so you know what J. Cole's been up to?
J. Cole.
That's kind of
up right now.
Yo, what is wrong with this fucking cat?
He likes to be up here when we're filming.
No, that is the thing. Is that I kind of have like tested the waters a little bit in terms of just like texting J. Cole some random shit just to see like if he will just have like a random conversation about some random rap video that I sent him.
How does it work out?
I mean, he hits me back. Like, it's not like he's totally like, scared to like respond to somebody. Because, a lot of times like people just hit me up on some cool shit. Like they'll just call me in the middle of the day or just like send me a link to some random shit. And I'm just like, you're really fucking misjudging how much time I got.
You barely text the group chat back. I made it too.
I just consider it a compromise to really be having like a lot of interaction with a lot of people about a lot of random shit, especially during the day and shit.
It's a lot of waste of time.
I got a call from someone that I actually like the other day. Like I like him as a person, but he called me in the middle of the day. I didn't pick up, and then he didn't text me, and I'm like, like what are you planning on here? You shouldn't be offended that I didn't pick up the phone, but that doesn't mean you can't text me.
Yeah, text you right after. Oh, I didn't answer. Oh, yo, hey, what's up? I need to talk to you. Answer or something like that. Or
my favorite line, yo, I'm in the gym. What's good? Because then it's like I can't pick up.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you right now that I still cannot pick up. It's not just because I'm texting you. That doesn't mean I'm going to call you right now. I'm doing something where I can't. So let me know what it is. Then maybe I'll respond.
They need to been like a mental. They need to Elon Musk create like a mental chip for texting. Like you just think it. You don't even got to put that in.
Then I'll get fucked over.
Suave is wearing 2 watches. And they're such different watches too.
Is that a super?
I'm the optimist. I mix metals. You feel me?
Is that like a football ring or something?
Oh, that's a state ring.
That's a championship ring.
I'm pro Texas. We play football.
You play football? I didn't get one.
Yeah, you a bitch.
I was all state though.
Oh, let's watch your fucking highlight reel again.
I was all state.
Don't you love when we watch your highlight reel?
Yeah, I do love it.
God, look how silly this looks with a cat in the forefront, just like that, perfectly centered.
I think Tony gives off. It makes it like Real authentic.
Truly unprofessional podcast. Yo, can I just point out that our store is having renovations done right now. Our store's closed on some shit. 7669 Melrose. Great place to buy bikes, clothing, anything like that. Closed right now. The walls have been painted perfectly white by the nice gentleman out there.
But I feel bad for anyone that booked a plane ticket like a month ago
to hang out in front of the store, because this week is not a good week to hang out and try to see Adam.
I feel bad for anyone who booked a plane ticket to come hang out in front of the store, regardless of if it's open.
I mean, yeah, but you know,
Chris Long enjoys the company. Okay.
Yeah, you bring me weed, I'll sit outside with you and I'll smoke some of your blunt if it's rolled in a backwood and it's good weed.
You're definitely hitting a PCP blunt within the next couple of months.
Yeah, whatever.
No, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with coming and hanging out on the block. It's just like, if your whole goal was like to stand on the fucking street for 10 hours and like hope to catch a glimpse of me so you could tell me about your come on, bro. Give me
Casper.
a fucking break.
3 days.
Bro. Think
3
about the
days. And on the third day, he dropped the N-bomb.
Yeah, I was around him for about 3 minutes, 5 minutes. He's around T Grizzly, a bunch of other black dudes. He has a platform for the first time in his fucking life, and just boom. And we're still talking about him. It's so fucked up.
We're never gonna not stop talking about him.
Talking about the tweaker.
Yeah.
Sleepy.
Yeah.
Sleepy Casper with a K.
Sleepy Tweaker.
I noticed because somebody paid for us to watch his music videos on stream the other day.
Yeah.
And it was just hilarious because I'm looking at it and it's got like a really bad like-dislike ratio, and like tons of all the comments are just roasting him for the vlog.
Terrible.
I love that.
I think it's weird though, because I thought he
guy.
was like a homeless dude or something, just talking like. And then
What
like,
Poor
SoundCloud
fucking
rapper
idiot.
don't really sometimes look homeless though?
No,
I
it's
mean,
a part of it.
What,
It's a part
what
of it.
SoundCloud rapper is not homeless? You feel me? Couch
That's
surfing,
true.
like that's
Are
just
they
their
all?
life. Like
A good percentage of them.
But isn't Lil Pump still a SoundCloud rapper technically?
No.
No.
Lil Pump just bought a house in Calabasas. He
Oh, he's
is
lying.
not.
Come on.
You think he really bought a house?
You believe that?
I mean, well, he. All right.
So
He said it on his Instagram story. It's got to be true.
I guarantee he's still homeless. Just Airbnb-ing it up.
Airbnb. That once you have
That
Airbnb
too.
and Uber, you're good.
If you have millions of dollars in the bank and you can get an Airbnb or a hotel whenever the fuck you feel like it, I don't think it counts as being homeless.
Well, you know.
You
How
don't
people work
own
like
or
that.
rent.
You're
a
still
home.
sleeping on people's couches,
I
right?
rent my home. I don't own my home. You know. Yeah. Anyway, I just want to say that I'm really, really excited about the store having a new look. I feel like we've, always been a little bit unprofessional with it and just sort of let the store rock and didn't really like go full force to like make it look better. I really feel like we probably should have been working harder on that for a while now, and I really feel like the store having a new look will hopefully like enable us to really treat it with more respect, be more focused on the product, be more focused on pop-ups and collabs and presentation. Like I just think once you make that look really good, hopefully everybody involved will sort of like live up to that and like work hard, and it'll motivate me as well to like just really do things right.
That's good. That's a good step in pushing No Jumper and OSS into the direction you guys want it to
psyched.
be.
I've been saying for a while that's needed to be done, and I understand we moved from the last place into this place, and it's kind of like a do-it-yourself thing. It's a big jump, and like more rent.
No Jumper.
Moving the whole store is a big thing, so we went in, got through the year. Business has been great, so it's like now
We didn't really have the money to like
Yeah.
do it at first, and then we sort of like just were like,
Yeah, I mean it's how it's on some shit's always been like do it yourself. You know what I mean?
Like, the amount of money
we were
that
printing
we-
t-shirts in
yeah.
Alfredo's garage. You know what I mean? A long time ago.
the amount of money that we just spent to have the whole store renovated is like not an amount of money that would have been an option in the beginning, which
Yeah.
is weird to think about because now it doesn't seem like that big a deal.
Yeah.
But I was just having a talk with somebody about this exact area, really saying like the same thing, is that okay, this area, it looks all right, but if we were to really make this look right, like actually
Yeah.
make this a proper studio, then maybe everybody who comes around will sort of like live up to that a bit more. And like the person I was talking to was sort of comparing, like when you go to studios, like I've been to a lot of really shitty studios and I've been to like world-class super nice studios.
Yeah.
Think about how you feel when you're in that really nice studio. Like
Yeah.
like he was pointing out that a lot of people when they sit here, they end up like picking at this fucking table because there's a piece of foam on it and shit like that. And it's like, let's just say you went in here and it was like a amazing, nice fucking mahogany table. It's like
lights on
it
Yeah.
infects your brain with a different energy.
They're like, yo, some suit and tie shit, you dig?
Yeah, but then
Okay.
that
Don't fuck our shit up.
yeah,
you
well,
know?
I don't care about them fucking it up. It's more so just like the vibe. Like when you're in like a crazy nice environment, maybe you feel more comfortable, you know, when you sit in the first class seat versus the, I don't know if it was a full first class. The only time I ever did, I got it for free, and I was off a weed brandy, so I just fell asleep the whole time. But, you know, I just feel like
So the OSS level up, man. The no jumper level up.
Before I left, you were talking about they were getting renovations, and then like came back. You were like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get that shit."
We've been talking about it for a long time, actually.
yeah, we've been working on it for at least like a month that we've been planning it out and stuff. But now we actually have these dudes. Hey, I'm mind blown by these fucking Mexican dudes, how hard they work. The one dude got locked in the store on purpose so he could work all night just so he could get more hours in.
For real?
That's crazy.
He like took a nap on the ground and stuff. He was telling me about it.
Holy fuck, I didn't know that.
But he was telling me about how he was like fucking homeless like a couple fucking months ago or something. So
He's just trying to get as much money as he can.
I mean, it's like hard for me to even like comprehend how hardworking he must be if he's down to do that.
Holy fuck,
And he
I didn't
came
know
back here and he's like, "Hey man, like, you know, I was about to smoke my bowl, but I smelled that blunt." I'm like, "Let's go, bro, come on." And I gave him some of the pre-rolled blunts, Bearwoods. Shout out to Bearwoods. And he was just like fucking staring at it, like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, like."
This exists.
The world has changed. We have Honey Gucci OG Bearwoods.
This exists.
New.
I need some of that for my party pack at the house for the ladies.
That new.
That's for the official, and then pull out the jars. Like, what's up with you?
I love that you talk about that though, because like, God, like every time I've ever tried to like really, I tried to like go to the bar and hang out with girls and stuff, and like when I was single, always used to try to like do the going out and flirting and like hanging out with girls thing sober, and it is not easy.
No.
It is really hard.
It's like weird because like when I was smoking blunts and shit, like it was so much easier getting girls and fucking them. Just be like, "Yo, you trying to smoke a blunt?" Like it's like go to. It's like
You
even
trying
if
to match?
you don't trying to match. Like it was just so easy because
Because if it's not that, it's like, "Oh, you want to have some drinks?"
Yeah.
Like, do you want to go have a drink? Is code for do you want to go like possibly analyze the chances of us having sex?
big facts.
Basically, yeah.
You know, but smoking. See,
Smoking's
like,
good too because
asking-
it's less like you're not gonna have this crazy explosive night where you wake up sick. It's more chill. Hey, let's like
Netflix and chill,
Yeah.
smoke up.
Exactly, and it's like, you know, if I'm gonna ask a girl out for a drink, I'm probably gonna be on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? So like, but if I was smoked, I'd be like, "Yo, pull up, I got a blunt."
I got a blunt.
Oh, yeah,
better
one
hurry
blunt.
up.
Very thin, very thin blunt.
I rolled a
pull up.
Swisher Sweet, and it's good. Come over, baby.
Those were the good days, man.
I don't I don't know, like, because when I think about it, like that's part of like, my like fear
Who is that?
of being my fear of being
Sketchy.
single.
It's
Part
gonna
of
have
it
to
is
come.
like knowing that if I were single, then I would basically have to like start going out and like drinking and like doing stuff like that again. And that would like I mean obviously I drink time to time, but hello.
Hello.
My girlfriend's here.
Don't walk in front of the camera, please.
Or I mean just walk in front of it, but walk in front of it quickly. No, don't try to go around. What?
Oh, you can just walk in front
Leave
of it
it.
then.
You
whatever.
might as well just walk.
I thought the thing wasn't in the way.
But yeah,
Yeah, that's all. You can just walk in front of it.
so what else is on the eye?
What else is on the list? I did have some stuff on my list on my computer before that I forget about, but what here? Okay, let's
You
get
can
back
go.
to this. Hakeem, I'm looking for your list here of things to talk about. Okay, we
You sent
talked
the list
about
today?
Yeah, the Ski and X reunion. We talked about that a little bit.
Texting me.
The Meek Mill surprise performance. I don't know if we really have anything that interesting to say about that. You wrote Friendship. What's that?
Oh, Pump and J. Cole. Is it a troll or a possible friendship?
Or new friendship. Yeah, I see that now. Okay. Is it a troll or is it a new friendship? I mean, that's kind of like, if they were to hang out, that's sort of what I've wondered is like, would there be enough common ground for there to sort of be any kind of like connection?
Or what are they gaining? Like, actually, yeah, like what are they gaining?
Like, I can very much imagine J. Cole and Pump being like cordial to each other, but I'm not sure that there would be like enough to really bond
They're
them.
both rappers, so they have that in common.
They both.
They're both becoming super famous. They have that in common.
Yeah,
J.
but
Cole
it
could be a good
depends.
mentor.
You think J. Cole's
He could be a
sipping
good
lean,
mentor to him.
taking Xans,
Or maybe
chilling with
there
hella
you go.
bitches?
Maybe he could be like,
But he does smoke weed, right? But
I think
somehow,
privately.
yeah, privately. I doubt he'd be hitting the 7 gram backwood with Pump.
I think he's a private weed smoker.
No, but like I was trying to explain to Pump, I'm like, you got to understand how J. Cole like why J. Cole is so fascinated by you. It's because it took J. Cole so long, years and years of grinding, getting signed, of just working so hard at his craft to go from being just a regular ass rapper to being who he is now. And then he looks at you, and you in the past like 12 to 18 months have just absolutely exploded. And, you know, I'm sure that he sees a level of talent in what Pump does, but I'm sure, you know, he's clearly also just like kind of baffled by like, how the fuck did this happen? Yeah. And that's what I think Pump has no idea where to go with that conversation from there, because it's like, what?
I said happen.
He finished your sentence again.
God, what is wrong with you? Have you just
every
been doing
time
that
I
your whole
hear it.
life?
Probably.
And you just didn't know that you were doing it until
didn't even know.
you didn't know you were doing it until we told
You
you.
wrong sometimes?
Huh?
You be getting it wrong sometimes?
No.
Just say it wrong, yeah.
Well, if I say it wrong, it's not actually finishing the sentence. You're just
And I'm like,
Certain out words.
I'm like, yo. So the other day I was hanging out with Lil Twist. So where'd you meet Lil Twist? That's crazy.
I mean, I've gotten a lot better with it. You know, I'm trying to be
over
more,
the past 2 weeks.
you know, more professional. No, I'm not.
But what I think is interesting about it, like, you know, everybody has weird like tics with the way that they talk that they don't notice. Like my girlfriend, when I was 16, she pointed out that my mom says after everything she says, and I haven't been able to unhear it since. Like my mom literally will be like, Chris, do you want some mac and cheese? Always.
Damn.
And I never knew until my fucking girlfriend in high school told me. And now I cannot. And I made fun of my mom for it so many times. Every time I talk to her, I'll say something about it. It does not go away. I cannot stop noticing it.
It's like when there's one time this chick, I was older than me. It's like my first older little chick that was like pretty good looking.
Little chick.
Older
There's a lot of like
She was
positives and negatives in that sense.
She was in like older than me, but you know, I was like 18. I think she was like 23, I think, right?
Dude, that feels crazy when you're 18.
Yeah. Right? And it was like, and she was
some old lady pussy.
For real.
She was coming around and shit, and I'm thinking she the baddest little thing. I'm flexing. She driving me, whipping me. I ain't had no car. My man's go like, I'm in the backyard. You know, she all up on me and shit. I'm feeling myself. My bro's like, I go talk to my bro. He's like, man, yo, she bad. But bro, you see her chin, my nigga?
That's what he said.
He's like, what you mean by her chin? Like, stop playing.
But what was it like?
Bro, she kind of had this like little, I didn't even notice it, but like her chin was kind of like deformed, like big, like it was like weird, like it was kind of long.
But it wasn't the kind of thing that you could just be like, it's normal. It was like, there was
like,
something wrong.
I noticed it, bro. On God, I stopped talking to that chick. I couldn't do it no more. Because every time I seen her after that, I just looked at her chin and I'm just like, yo. Whoa.
You know that the girl I got my first hand job from had like fingers missing.
What?
I swear to God, I never told you about this.
No.
All right, man, let's set the scene. So it's 7th grade. It's close to the summer. I'm walking home from school. There was this girl. I'm not going to say her name because there's probably like 2 people from my hometown that would remember who I'm talking about. But she was really pretty. She's a year ahead of me, right? And so 7th grade is ending. I'm walking from school. Somehow we get to talking and stuff. Always, you know how weird it is when you're that young. It's somehow we like agreed that we were dating even though we had never kissed. Nothing. So then... And I knew that she was missing fingers, but then I forgot. I got kind of like trapped in the emotion of being 13, and it's like, oh, you just got a girlfriend, you're walking home. One of my friends just says like, you really don't care about the fact that she's missing fingers? And I'm like, oh, right. Like I forgot about the fucking missing finger. And when I say missing fingers, I mean like a couple of them were like only like up to the first knuckle, like, or I guess the second knuckle if you consider this a knuckle.
She had no nails.
Not all of them, but a couple of them were missing it. Do you know what the weird thing about it was? She would always be either like wrapping it in her shirt or like putting it behind her back or like doing anything she could to avoid showing you her fucking butchered hand.
She gave you a hand job with that hand?
No, the other hand. But I mean that
He lying. You know, at 13 years old, he definitely got a hand job.
Fucking stubby fingers.
You got the stubby hand job.
You think I should have requested that? No, use the other one. Use the one with no fingers.
Yeah,
jerk me off with that paw.
Wrap those stubs around that
you
thing.
Can't jerk someone off.
On it.
You can't jerk someone off with a paw. Could you imagine trying to make somebody nut and you didn't have any fingers and you just had to go?
Oh my God. The guy she's married to right now is getting stubby hand jobs.
I would actually love to know how her life has gone and if she got married. That's a really good question.
She gonna smack you. She probably got
a mechanical arm.
Imagine she like got the best hand job ever because she like
probably humongously fat, human right now with
Stubby.
fucking no fingers and fucking 87 kids.
You know what's
fucking-
insane about it is that she's like fucking 35. She better have kids. She either has kids or she's a meth addict. Anyway, and that goes for you. If you're a 35-year-old woman watching this, you either have kids or you're a heroin addict. In my mind, that's all. There's two options. You have a family,
or you're a drug
addict.
Done.
If you're from where I'm from.
Yeah,
and there is no other option because it's like, what, you're 35, you still work at the Dairy Queen? No, you're gonna start doing meth. For real, because it's like, it's just.
I be forgetting y'all from Boston sometimes until y'all.
And it's not even Boston; it's the suburbs. It's,
If you're from Boston, you might have more of a fighting chance. But where we're from, there's no chance because you're 45. Where I'm from, you're 45 minutes away from Boston, and it probably wouldn't really matter if you were right around the corner. But I mean, it's just. Anyway, I just want to say why she broke up with us is because me and all my friends had this joke about how she looked like the singer of Hanson. You remember?
Yep.
Bop doo ba da ba doo doo.
You look like that.
We thought she kind of looked like the singer Hanson, who, for the record, if you go look at what Hanson actually looked like, they all look like, well, at least the main singer looks like a girl. To the point.
I remember that with like long blonde hair or something like that, right?
I legitimately thought he was a girl, and he had a really beautiful voice too. So like, I thought he was a girl.
Gay.
Okay, well, it's not gay to say that a man had a beautiful voice, Chris. But
not for the normal person, but you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
James Charles is texting me. Hold on. I'm gonna Lenny, can you handle it when he gets here? You don't have any other numbers? I'm gonna send his contact to you right now. Can you just like text him and tell him that it's you, and that, because I don't want to have to stop doing this when he gets here. But if you could like let him into the.
Do you need the key to the gate?
She does, yeah, because we gotta.
Yeah, let him in that way.
Yeah, not right here. We got to finish this before they can come in. That's what I'm getting at. Oh,
Dude,
this one.
Yeah. So anyway, that would always be our joke, was that we would just like joke around behind her back and be like, I'm like 13, and we'd talk about, we should go to that Hanson concert and cut off his hand and give it to Adam's girlfriend because like, she needs a hand.
perfect match.
But we'd joke around about this privately, but then somehow one of her friends found out that we would joke about it, and she broke up with me because
Snitch in the group.
there was a snitch.
Yep.
It was one of the girls that like
Judas.
I don't know, but either way, I mean,
Judas.
don't you feel like in private everybody should be allowed to make jokes about amputees?
Yeah. Or about anyone in general.
You should be able to make
Amputees
jokes
that they're
privately. You should definitely be able to make
Jokes are
privately.
jokes.
I mean, every good joke has some truth in it.
But isn't that weird to think?
That's why it's a good joke.
It's weird to think that there are jokes that we would be able to make in this scenario, or not in this scenario, but like just us hanging out, we could joke around about sex and race and all kinds of shit. Jokes that we probably wouldn't make right now publicly, because even us being fucking scumbags that are okay with joking around about all kinds of crazy shit, we're not as uptight as the average person.
Yeah.
We realize that if you joke around about some shit, then you could just get destroyed for it.
Yeah. It's too PC. What is that South Park episode with the fucking PC shit? So funny. Like, PC, bro. Don't say that.
I don't know.
I have no
I
idea.
what
You guys
you're
don't watch
talking
South
about.
Park?
No.
No.
What the fuck?
I'm 34 years old.
You watch Family Guy?
No. I don't
I
watch
mean,
TV.
if I'm home and it's on, maybe.
Well, the shit's not on TV. There's fucking streaming. Hulu.
Yeah, like we're definitely not streaming those shows.
And
I'm
you
like,
think
if I'm-
think I have Hulu?
I have cable, and if I'm home watching TV,
Let us
You don't have a mic, Lena. You think that I have Hulu and that I'm using it to watch Family Guy?
What are you using it to watch then?
I'm not using it.
Bob's
And if I were to
Rick
use
and
it, I would
Morty.
use it to watch something besides fucking Family Guy. I could never imagine watching that shit.
Family Guy's fire, man. Don't do that. You guys.
Okay. How many episodes of this is my problem? How many episodes of Family Guy are there? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. They're all the fucking same and they're all boring. I'm sorry.
I mean, they're funny and shit like that, but I'm not going on my way to watch it.
They're funny from
If
time
I'm
to time,
home
but I can't
and
imagine
I'm sitting
watching a
there and it's
season
on
of
the
it.
TV. I'll watch it. Yeah,
Y'all
go for it.
niggas talking wicked old people shit right now.
The TV is never on unless there's something I'm specifically watching.
Yeah.
I would never just have the TV on with some random show playing. I put the TV on because there's a show that I want to watch. Like I'm specifically going into Netflix, typing in the fucking name, pressing enter, selecting it from the map, pressing play on it, smoking a blunt, drinking a glass of Kool-Aid.
That's what
The
goes
real
down.
nigga
What about
way.
you?
What?
What are you watching?
I'll just put the TV on. I don't like to watch really TV. Like
What
I'll just put
y'all
the
just
TV
wasting
on.
electricity, man.
Yeah, like I'll put the TV on sometimes just as background noise, and I usually end up
Facts.
just sitting on my phone.
That's That's what I'm on right there.
Honestly.
Right there. I'm with
And
that.
I'll put it honestly. I always put on like the fucking car channel. You know what I mean? I'll just let it play, or like the Discovery Channel, some weird shit. You know what I
Discovery
mean?
Channel's actually good though.
Yeah, and I'll just let it play or whatever, or the History Channel. Or like
I see. I
First
can't imagine
48's good.
passively watching something. Like I only watch stuff when I'm going to sit there and pay attention to every second of it and really watch it.
So you can't even have someone talk.
A lot
that
of
shit when
times
you
I'll
watch
just
some
put
shit?
music on in the house and just.
No.
That's how I'm home alone.
If me and her are watching a fucking show and like she starts talking over it, I'm picking up the thing and pausing it. Like like we don't really like talk that much during it because we actually she's the same way. She actually wants to know what's going on in it.
That's the only way.
I don't know. That's just me.
You have to analyze it. But I mean, sometimes, if I'm with a shorty, you
Family
gotta be
Guy's good
distracted.
background stuff.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Netflix.
I mean, I've
chill.
seen a lot of Family Guys. I mean, don't get me wrong, but at this point, I'm not really going out of my way.
If you're
to
watching
watch
a movie with a girl that you just met, you can't really do the thing where you just like watch the whole thing. You have to like start talking over it, right? Because it's like it's not like a social thing to watch a movie unless you're kind of talking over it. But that I have no interest in because I can't pay attention to movies. I'm going to lose track of what the fuck is going on. It's too confusing.
Attention span.
Yeah.
I have terrible attention span. It's really weird. You notice it all the
Or
time.
you'll watch the whole movie and be that awkward, like, oh, okay, I'm about to leave. You're like, fuck.
I lose track of what I'm talking about like mid sentence all the time in conversation. Never mind like paying attention to like a movie about pirates.
Pirates of the Caribbean was good though.
Okay, that's like an example. That's why it came to mind is because I went and saw it and I felt like I was watching I was taking
I've
a
never seen
calculus
any of them.
test. I don't know. I could not understand anything that was going on.
Oh my god.
No, but I'm like that with every movie. Like
I haven't seen any of them.
I've been to Batman movie. I saw a Batman movie maybe like 10 years ago on a date with this girl. I could not understand anything that was happening. There's something about
You're an
my
idiot, though. But
I mean, it's just my way of like stuff in movies. Oh my god, bro! When I saw Black Panther, I'm having to lean into her every fucking time. What the fuck is he talking about? Because my problem is I lose track of whatever I'm watching like immediately. Like with
like a
movies and stuff, it's too complicated. It's not.
Goldfish like attention span type shit.
No, it's if I really am interested in something, I have a really easy time like paying attention to it. But like. Go and watch like the first 5 minutes of Black Panther again. They hit you with so much information about this
That is
fantasy
true.
world. None of it stuck to the inside of my brain for even a moment. So there's just
But I feel like if you'd like
vibranium. I remember that now, and I remember like when you and Hesh when we were talking about YouTube fighting as if it was going to be happening on top of that waterfall. The mental image of you and Hesh fighting on that waterfall.
Oh man, I wish we filmed it and could like green screen you there.
Oh, it's a good thing that's not filmed. It was there for the day. If you
It's
were
funny
there,
they
you
were
there.
friends immediately after.
I
Basically,
mean,
Because you're pussies.
I mean, I'm not a pussy.
Well, he's sitting at home thinking, I ain't no pussy. either."
I'm definitely no pussy, but
You are what you eat.
I mean, to be
I
fair,
don't
he
eat
showed up
pussy.
with 20 people, and you had 2 people that didn't even really have your back. So
yeah, I mean, this ain't my city. This ain't my city, but
I kept the gate locked for him.
I mean, listen, it was like 10 people. No, like 10 people showed up, was banging gangs on me. I just wanted to. I just wanted to fade.
banging gangs.
Banging gangs
I
on
don't
me.
blame you at all for how
I
you
just
handled
wanted.
that.
I just wanted to fade. I'm like, listen, bro. So we got the fade. There was a lot of people there that was respectively like, nah, we're not filming this. Just gonna be a fade, and whoever's here saw it.
That's what I
and
thought
it
was
done.
the most amazing thing is like people ask me like, what happened? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't see it. And they're like, you didn't see it? Where's the video? I'm like, I didn't see.
Nah,
There
it was
was no
video.
video. For once in the history of the universe, there was no video.
Nah, it was
That's
just,
real shit.
It was boom. Let's run a fade, and then boom after that.
Cops
I mean,
came, we all
apparently I
ran.
didn't shake them up after, which was how they were doing shit. Like, I don't know. This is LA, their whole shit, how they move out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was not supposed to be like that. People had shit that couldn't be on the internet. So
Yeah, I mean, if you get in a fight in LA and nobody gets jumped and nobody gets shot, I mean, hey, huge win. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's really going
I thought I was
against the
gonna
norm.
get jumped that night, but luckily I called
I
someone.
think we
that
all
made-
did. That was a little worrisome.
I mean, luckily I called someone to make sure I didn't get jumped. At least that happened. I didn't
The
get
cops?
jumped. No.
Yeah.
Shout out Johnny Cash.
Shout out Johnny
Shout out
Cash.
Johnny Cash. Johnny
Shout out
Cash
911 on speed dial.
Wow, all the times I've hung out with Jonathan Cash, I never thought about the fact that his name abbreviates to Johnny Cash.
Yes.
I never thought about that.
Yes.
Really?
What else do we got on there?
Yes, really.
He said, what else?
Dumb.
What about Trippie Red's jewelry and breaking? You guys saw that?
What, it broke?
Yeah, that chain he just bought broke.
The fucking big ass
Yeah, it
robot
broke.
head or whatever?
Yeah, it broke.
That broke?
Yes, it broke.
How?
What, the chain?
Yeah, it broke.
But like, what? It broke and it's never going to be able to be repaired?
I mean, it's probably going to be able to repair, but they're saying it's fake.
Fake.
Yeah, I got tagged in like a jewelry buster thing.
But weren't they using the fucking jewelry, the diamond tester on it?
I mean, but isn't there a way to? I think there's a way to do that.
Yeah, you turn it off or some shit. They have like fake shit.
They have ways to do that.
I believe that. I believe that there's probably a way
And
to do it.
Tekashi apparently didn't pay for his jewelry too. There's like both of them. It's crazy because both of them had jewelry problems in the same day.
Wait, Tekashi didn't pay. Oh, he got sued for 20 racks
25, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm betting that you didn't look at World Star recently enough to see the new shit.
What happened?
I mean, I'm just gonna say it. Tekashi made a video saying that Trippy fucked Danielle Bergoli. Just like straight up accusing him of it. We all know you did that, blah blah blah. Because she was like 14 at the time, probably. So that
she's still like 15.
She's 15 now, yeah. But I mean,
I don't even want to talk
about
that.
that.
No, it just came out right. I saw it. Tekashi was calling out Trippy saying he fucked Catch Me Outside Girl.
Yo, that's not cool.
That is odd.
Sketchy.
I mean, they're like
Sketchy.
best. No, let's not even talk about Hella Sketchy. For the record, Hella Sketchy is 17. He just starts telling me, he goes, "Oh, you know, I went on Bumble and I met this porn star." He shows me her. I'm like, "Oh man." I'm like, "I already been there too." And then I'm like, "Wait a minute. You're 17. This girl's a fucking pedophile. We gotta get her. We gotta round her up, send her ass to jail."
Right?
No.
But what did Wayne
Let her
say?
live.
I got raped and I ain't tell nobody.
He said that? What, about
with Lil Wayne.
when he was like 14 or whatever? Yeah.
Baby was right there. She said, "Suck Lil Wayne little dick."
Oh my God. I'm so glad that you remember that line too, because we used to always quote that. Suck Lil Wayne, little dick.
He said, "I became Lil Wayne that day. I was young money."
I remember that.
Twist.
What do you care what's in my cup? Remember that? It's in my cup.
Wait. But when he kicked the cup over, he said, "Oh, that's a fuck up."
He did say that?
Yeah, when he was
That's
getting
fire.
the reporter and he kicked his cup up, he's like, "Oh."
I'll kick Hakeem before I kick the cup. This show is slowly like transforming into us just critiquing Hakeem's like verbal patterns.
I'm gonna get it every time.
Oh yeah, it's super lit. Yeah.
They don't bully me, sir, guys. Sir, guys. They don't bully
Sir,
me.
guys.
I'm not in the sunken place with these two men, white guys. Help. Send help.
Sunken world.
I mean, whatever.
That shit. If I hear that shit one more time.
What?
Sunken world, sunken
Sunk
place.
place.
What is that?
It's like
From Get Out.
Get Out. Did you? Oh, he didn't watch Get Out. Of course, Adam22 did not watch Get Out.
I heard it was some racial shit though.
It's some
Did you
racial
watch
Yeah, I watched
shit.
it. That was good. I
It's
like
some
that.
racial shit.
I do. I want to see it, but I'm going to be
really
honest. I haven't even seen a preview for it, so I couldn't tell you one thing about it.
You dumb.
What is your timeline like?
He's on his computer constantly.
How
Only his laptop.
I'm just not interested in movies.
Damn.
Like I want to like movies, but I very much have a hard time enjoying them when I actually go to watch them because I either just get completely lost and I can't pay attention to it. There's a big part of me that just does not want to sit down for an hour and a half. So I just like, I didn't know who Billy Bob Thornton was either. It's just, I don't know. Somehow I feel like me knowing about like every rapper with 100,000 followers has just resulted in me having a really hard time knowing about other things. Like TV stars, movies, anything like that.
I mean, we would watch movies all the time and at the old apartments and stuff like that. And he would sometimes watch, but he'd kind of just sit there on his laptop most of the time.
Yeah, I would never pay attention really. But there was a few. I like Step Brothers a lot.
Oh, we watched that all the
That's
time.
Probably watched it
that's
like
a
40
classic.
times.
We watched it like
You're like
18
Trap Will
billion
Ferrell.
times.
Huh?
Trap Will Ferrell.
That's me.
That's you.
I'm actually down. I'm down with that for sure.
Old School is a fire one
Trap Will Ferrell. We used to watch old school a lot.
too. Fire. I love Old School.
Old school's a good
I
one.
watched what did I just watch? What's the one with the?
Okay, we're not doing this.
Shut the fuck up.
Or like you
Send help.
got okay. Again, this is definitely bullying, but it's like you got to think about like the things that are coming out of your mouth, and when you start to say like, yeah, y'all know the episode of South Park where he's like, and we're all like, it's like no. Like you can't just think that you can say, remember that episode of South Park, and then not recite anything from it and like not have any. You got to be able to describe it like for the people out there. And I don't know. Probably a lot of them have seen South Park.
Oh yeah.
I think it's just y'all that don't know about South Park.
But do you ever think about that this podcast,
We'd be
like,
working.
okay, I watch Brilliant Idiots. and they just start talking about basketball, and I'm just like, all right, see ya.
Peace out.
Start fast forwarding and shit. You know, I just don't speak that language. I don't know one thing about basketball. Like, I know who LeBron James is. I know what he looks like. That's about it. So
That's the only basketball player you know?
that is currently active in the league, perhaps Steph Curry.
Okay.
Because it's a rap reference.
Yeah, it's like if a basketball player is in enough rap songs, then eventually at some point I will begin to know who they are.
Anyone else?
That is in the league right now. And Kobe retired, right?
Yeah.
So no. But I couldn't tell you what team Steph Curry plays for. But I do know that LeBron plays for Cleveland because I was watching a game in the gym last night.
It's hurting my soul.
That hurts your soul?
Yo, what is he lives
I'm
under a
baffled by
rock.
the fact that anybody that it's like a mainstream normal thing to care about basketball. Like, that's very confusing to me because to me, I just don't really understand how this is something that a lot of people are into.
More people are into it than a lot of things.
Than almost everything besides rap.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Think about
there's
sports
a
are so
playoff
big.
game today.
Yeah,
The Rockets
everybody's-
and Golden State are playing.
Okay.
Everyone's gonna get drunk at like 7 o'clock and watch
Shout
that
out
game.
Celtics, though.
Yeah,
Who knew?
Celtics beat the Cavs by like.
Oh, I'm a
20.
Celtics fan. I could not tell you one single player that plays for them. I couldn't tell you anything about their career in the NBA or anything.
Do you plan
But
on?
Celtics.
Are you gonna plan on sitting
Celtics.
courtside at the game?
Courtside.
Yeah.
How much do you think that costs?
I mean, one day.
What do you
know,
mean?
that-
They'll
that's-
put you.
Yeah, you're
Bro,
from
no.
Boston.
They will put you.
Drake sits courtside, not guys like me.
I mean, look,
Hey.
you get hot enough in the Boston area, They're gonna be like Adam22 pull up with Hakeem and Chris Long and Tony, and we
You
gonna
know-
go courtside.
Maybe if I keep doing what I'm already doing for like another 10 years, then I'll eventually get to the point where all the basketball players will like know me and be like, yo, we need him courtside.
Yeah, that'd be
Boom,
tight.
then I'm in.
I went to a Celtics
They know
Lakers game
you.
this year.
This sparked a question: would you ever be considered interviewing like an athlete, like a big time athlete or anything like that?
I feel like he just doesn't know enough about what they do.
But
Yeah.
there's no jumper.
No
No
jumper.
jumper.
These
No,
No
guys
jumper,
I got the
no
best
layups,
jumper in
no
the-
dunks,
no
no
layup
rebounds,
package.
no assists, no half court shots, no free throw shots, no 3-pointers, no Treyways.
No Treyways.
You see that Kill Potato?
Yo,
Treyway. That was funny.
left-handed.
No beef. Much love to any criminal organizations that are watching this, but that was funny when Tato said that.
I kill people.
I kill people.
real
people.
No, put
If you're
put the
wondering who
keys down.
that hand was,
That was Lena the Plug.
Another
That
plug.
must be creepy for
Lend of
anyone
the
watching
hand.
this.
Another hand.
Hey, at least she got all her fingers. Can't say the same
star.
about every girl I ever dated.
The winner.
she's definitely gonna mock you for getting the stubby hand job.
Yeah, she was actually looking during that story like, whoa, I haven't heard this story.
Yeah,
Probably-
she's
I can't
like-
believe I haven't heard that story either.
That's a story from when I was like 13, 14, so I'm not that surprised that I didn't
It's in
tell
the
it that
closet,
much.
Adam's closet.
Yeah.
I feel like I've talked about it a good amount. You know what's weird is that she was in college with some of my friends after I had already chosen to leave the world of normal people, and some of them told me they had a party and that she stole their shoes.
Sold
She
it at
stole
the
their
Stole.
shoes?
Stole their shoes.
Oh, she's definitely a heroin addict.
park. She stole.
I mean, what are you stealing shoes for? Like, I mean,
go sell them somewhere. She's a heroin
maybe
addict.
they're like a really nice pair of Jordans, and you're gonna
Hey,
get like
let's not
Jordans.
forget that dude, the legendary
Jordans?
video. He, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have a hand either. You feel me?
Oh man, bro, we got to talk about that before we wrap this up.
Let's not.
You're gonna puke.
It was kind of fire.
It was just crazy. Hey,
I got
I watched
hard.
that video like 10 times.
I got hard as a rock. Basically, there was a video on my Twitter that I quote tweeted it. I quote tweeted it and I said, "Did this man really just bust a nut on the timeline?" So if you want to find it, just look for that. But basically, it's a video of some dude, and he's like a homeless guy, and he's smashing out this other homeless girl while she's kind of standing up, bent over at a bus stop, and then at the exact second. Like I don't know if he pushes her or she like falls forward and his dick just pops out of her and he busts a nut and you see the cum shooting out of his dick into her hair. It's fucked up. Like I'm not gonna act like this is all good.
and there was others lined up for
There
the
was
next
another
session.
guy standing there just about to fuck her next, and like right then this other guy rides up on his bike. But okay, let me just say,
You take PayPal?
Amazing.
I looked this up. This was in Long Island, by the way.
Was it?
Yes. So it was very, very controversial because the question is like this woman is being charged. They didn't catch the guy. Who, by the way, was smoking a cigarette and did not have a hand. He had a stump. It was like a clean cut right here, which is Whoa.
Stump on her booty.
Anyway, this is the conversation that's taking place is, should this woman be charged, even though, like, in the video, it's hard to say that she really gave consent. You know? She's so drunk, like, she looks fucked up to the point where she, like, probably couldn't have really, like, controlled the circumstance happening or not. Should she be charged?
She's a homeless person.
But that's what she's homeless
she is.
for.
They're
because
fucking
she does that
in
every
a bus
day.
stop. Are you fucking kidding me?
And another guy's lined
And
up.
he's pulling out his wallet like this. Like,
I think
whoa,
just
whoa.
based on the video, yeah, you can't really make
and
a
like,
conclusive
there are
judgment.
kids around too.
But you can't see him. You only hear the guy
but you hear
saying.
the guy, but it's like broad daylight. There are people around. Obviously, someone's fucking filming it.
Right.
They are.
Honestly,
Very
that
indecent.
video would not have made much of an impact on me if he didn't nut in the video like that.
Yeah.
I was just like,
That really made it graphic.
I'm looking at my Twitter like,
I thought
what
he was just humping
the
her.
no,
bro
his
said,
shoots.
And they just
It's just and it's like landing in her hair. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This is unreal.
Hey, yo, I seen that shit on the TL. I was murdered, bro.
Bro, I almost passed out looking at my phone because I was so shocked by what I was looking at, dude.
I was dying. I was fucking
Chris
dying.
Long is about to puke.
Bro, it was too funny, bro. I'm like, yo, I was cooked, nigga. I couldn't even believe that shit. I'm like, yo, this is really happening right now.
that's some shit you
Yo,
look for on
Twitter is really free. Like, every
Yeah.
time I see some wild shit, I'm like, yo, I'm like, yo,
I love
this
that video got enough heat that it was like articles in the fucking like Fox Long Island website about that. We watched it probably like 10 times in a row. No, we probably watched it 30 times, but we watched it at least 10 times while Lennon was in the room, and she looked like she was about to puke or break out with me because she was so grossed up at me watching this. But yo, if we didn't watch it 10 times, we wouldn't have noticed that he had a cigarette. We wouldn't have noticed that he had a hand
Yeah,
missing.
we
Yeah,
really
facts.
analyzed it.
Yeah.
It was
just so
probably the 10th
disgusting.
time we watched it before we noticed he only had one arm.
bro had a
The
stump,
cum was
man.
so disgusting.
There's so much of it.
It was a lot, bro. Said blah.
It was so vivid.
When you're homeless, it's probably like you don't get a ton of opportunities to nut.
But at
That's
least
why
my
so much
nigga
fire
getting
came
pussy. Yo,
out.
shout out my
Well, I
homeless
don't know.
nigga getting the pussy, man.
What percentage of
probably-
homeless people do you think are women?
Oh, I've seen a lot of homeless women.
Yeah, but I feel like it's way more men, right?
Maybe it's equal.
We
I
gotta
don't know.
Google
I
that.
think I've seen a lot.
Discuss in the chat. I'm not going to Google it right now. I
see
just
a lot
want
of
other
homeless
people to answer for
couples,
us.
too.
Facts.
Like a lot of homeless couples before.
Hell yeah.
Out here
But do you
in
think
Cali.
it's like 80% male or do you think it's like 50% male? I think it's more men than women.
It should be more male, I think.
Probably be more, man. Damn,
Yeah,
that's
because
so bad.
women kind of, I think, have more safety nets that they're gonna like be able to fall into. And you know what? The main thing, two of the main reasons why people become homeless are because they're in jail and then they get out, or because they're in the military, and then they
there's
get
more
out.
people in the
And
military.
almost, most of the military is men, and almost everybody in prison's male. So I feel like that would help a lot, but who knows?
Facts.
But then again, as a guy, it's like easy. It's probably easier for a guy to get a job because you can do manual labor better than a woman, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
also women get like
But women have kids, and
they get
oh,
and,
I don't know.
and somebody's gonna. Hey, if you're a good-looking girl, no good-looking chick should go homeless.
Well, needless to say, the woman who gets her hair nutted in this video is not exactly what you call a good-looking girl.
Probably used to be good looking, talking shit to niggas like me.
Until she
Yeah,
had all that
and
nut in
then,
her
you know,
hair, and it
so
was
now
over.
she getting nut
No,
in
she's
her
in
hair.
Long
Fucking
Island.
meth in her lungs.
She's in Long Island. There ain't no hot people in Long Island.
Wait.
I'm gonna be honest. I think this is probably like the
Long
least
Island.
focused, most all over the place host chat that we've ever done. But I'm into it. I liked it.
It was very like basement like.
I like that we talked about TRL for 15 minutes for no reason.
Yeah.
Talk about
Haven't
a lot
seen
of random
TRL in
shit.
probably like fucking 15 years, but
Yeah, I barely even seen the new version that I was critiquing. Anyway, I'm about to interview James Charles, the incredibly famous YouTuber. So if you're just watching this, make sure you go check out on that. At some point, I'm going to for the crowd at home who's watching live, I'm going to step outside for a moment, get him ready, and then we will be back. But this has been the Adam22 show. Please follow the ats on the screen. Follow Hakeem, aka the Keem team.
At Nostalgia V.
What about just at Keem team?
Adam does not respect my artistic vision. He wants me to change my name.
Team team.
Help me get out of the sunken
I don't
place.
want you to change your name. It's just that I think you need to realize that your name is Hakeem and maybe not Nostalgia.
Well, if I could choose my name, it would have been Nostalgia. But I didn't have a choice, did I?
I'm telling you that I think Hakeem is better. Because you want to know how I know? It's because you've been in this like No Jumper universe for like a year, right? Everybody knows you as Hakeem.
Yes. Everybody
Yeah.
says
Nobody knows you as
You should
Nostalgia.
just change it.
It's just not sticking.
But
Yeah.
true. But my thought with that is, look, People know me as Hakeem from No Jumper, but musically, I'm putting music underneath the name Nostalgia.
Oh, facts. Okay,
that's an
that
interesting
works,
perspective.
All right.
I'm actually a lot smarter than you guys think.
Okay.
I don't believe it.
I thought it was just going to be, I'm actually a lot smarter than you guys. And I was going to be like,
No.
oh, word?
I'm putting music under the name Nostalgia so I can get it separated when someone be like, oh, you heard Nostalgia?
That's a good point. Because there's no separating like Travis Scott.
No,
Like, he is who he is. He's
He's
walking
one
on the street,
person.
he's Travis Scott.
I could go put a mask on in my first music video and be like, hey, this is Nostalgia. It's a whole different person.
I see so many kids try to do that.
I got
like,
stuck with this name.
Or like, you know what I'm saying? I
Suave.
can do
That's a
something
good
different.
name.
I
I
like
got
Suave.
stuck. That's my name though.
I mean, yeah.
Your
My
legal name
actual
is Suave.
name is the Sauve Seidel, and everybody always be like, "The Suave, the Suave." Like they will always fuck it up. So
Because
then-
you kept telling me how to spell it, but I'm
Yeah.
like thinking in
You're
my
like,
head,
that's
I'm like,
Sauve.
S-A-U?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's
Oh,
why I
yeah.
said switch to A, like the Suave, like the shampoo, just switch to A and the U. But like
Okay.
really, it's just like Sauve.
You know, Desto always says, Desto Dub, 2 D's, 2 B's.
Spell it right? I don't care.
That is not going to help anybody spell that right. Because the D's are not together, but the B's are. That's like the most misleading piece of like linguistic advice I could ever imagine.
Puzzle.
Linguistic. You know, I saw a vlog of the old house, and you read a lot of books.
Pause, but yeah.
You're really smart. Adam's smart.
I got some books.
You see his head?
Adam is
It's a
smart.
big head. You know what I'm saying?
Adam
That's why
reads a lot
I
of
used to have
books.
colored dreads, but then I got smart and they fell
When
out.
I saw that, I saw all those books you were reading. I'm like,
My advice for you, as well as other people out there, everybody watching this, is read some books, because where you're going to get in life is all about how smart you are, and there's probably no better way to get smart fast than reading books, with the exception of maybe like listening to podcasts or like, you know, documentaries, stuff like that. But I really think reading books is probably like, if you want to be successful in life, get
Read
on
a
that
lot of
track.
different stuff.
Find stuff that you can relate to, that you want to read, and then slowly just branch out over time. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Don't read anything that you don't want to read. Because if you're reading something, you know, when you're reading a book and you don't want to read it and you're not absorbing it, that's just wasted time.
You got to keep rereading. Like, what the fuck was I talking? What is this about?
That's not good. If you need to do that, then it's bad. Anyway, shout out to our sponsor, Bearwoods. Yeah. Shout out to my cat, Tony. Yeah. Anyway, this is done. Please,
Yeah, I'm just chilling with
please mess
Adam.
with us. Please
Yeah, I'm
subscribe.
just chilling with
Yeah,
Adam.
Chris is
Yeah,
just-
I'm Chris
chilling
Long
with
Films.
SIDLE.
ah.
No jumper. Swish.
Adam22 show. Gang.
I'm just chilling with Adam, Yeah, I'm just chilling with Adam, I'm just chilling with Adam, Look, that's the host of Adam, I'm just chilling with Adam.